Hello and welcome back to Podcasting as Praxis, the podcast that I was told to start just a moment ago.
Getting
I'm
the fucking
David,
robot,
he and
David.
him.
I'm Jamie and my pronouns are he and him.
And I'm Alistair, my pronouns are also he and him, and we're off to a fucking flying start tonight.
We are.
Oh, the vibes are fucked. The vibes are fucked.
For yourself. I'm a delight.
As I say, the vibes are fucked. No Rob. Rob is, I don't know, like a pick a mountain. He's probably there.
Guess where Rob is. He's up a fucking mountain, isn't he? When is he not up a fucking mountain?
Yeah.
Whenever he leaves Switzerland?
Yeah, true.
Other mountains are available. Anyway, let's just get fucking stuck in, shall we? So, Jamie, what delights have you found?
Right, well, I've got a flag roundup for everyone. And also, I've just noticed that breaking news has just flashed up across the thing I was trying to read out. Thank you for that, The Express. Apparently, Fergie blew millions on watercress and hangers. So there you go. That's your royal update for the night.
You heard it here first, because you're sure it's fucking.
Because either one of that was a slur.
Council threatens to cancel Christmas lights unless St. George's flags are taken down. That's the first headline. Harrietsham, which doesn't sound like a real place. Parish Council.
No. Parish
Basically,
Council doesn't sound like a real thing either.
No. Well, it's in Kent, so you'll be shocked to learn it's a
reform country. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reform-led county council or something. But the county council won't rubber stamp the fucking Christmas lights because the road they put them up on is covered with flags, and so it's like someone needs to take the fucking flags down before our guys can go up the lampposts and hang the lights. Our contractor, because obviously it's not two guys from the council, it's an outside contractor because this is Britain, aren't insured to like fucking do reverse flag things. So also they might get
not insured for flags, mate.
Yeah. Also, there's a very real risk that like even guys in high vis from with a company van going up to remove the flags might get beaten to death by the locals.
Yeah.
So because another slight sidebar into another bit of flag news: a 68-year-old man got beaten by a mob for taking a flag down, and the police apparently unable to solve the crime. He identified the car that the people like who attacked him got out of, which was parked outside a house like nearby, and a witness saw the people get out of the car and start beating the old man. And when the police went to the house and knocked on the door, they confirmed they were there and involved, but they said he tried to attack them first. Like he summoned their car, to drive alongside him and dispense 4 guys, which he then attacked. And then the police were like, "Well, it's not on CCTV. We are powerless to solve the crime." So that's how normal Britain is these days. But anyway, yeah. So because of risks like that, these guys can't take the flags down as they put the lights up, and the parish council can't afford to put take the flags down, or they're not allowed to because they're not allowed to pay money to have the flags taken down because the lampposts aren't their responsibility. But the county council run by Reform doesn't have enough money to do it. So, you know what I mean? They've just said someone has to go and take those flags down or you can't have Christmas lights this year. Which is, I think, great. You know what I mean? They should do that more often. But are
they gambling that everyone's going to want flags more than Christmas?
I mean, it'll be a good money saver, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But if that was the case, then unless as might be possible, the contractor who was paid to put the lights up gets paid either way. I mean that's a possibility, isn't it?
It's probable because these things are agreed ages in advance.
Yeah.
So that contract's locked in.
Yeah, but I mean obviously it's good to see Reform just really getting into the swing of how to run local government. A thing that they are universally shit at. And it did lead to this great comment, I thought, in the Express here by Stuart Plymouth, if that is his real name.
Fuck off.
25th December is a statutory public holiday. It cannot be cancelled by any council. Read the fucking article, Stuart, not just the headline. That'd be my advice. Do you know what I mean? Like,
come on, Jamie. It's 2020. It's 2025. We're not reading articles anymore. It's headlines only.
God, I wish I wasn't reading fucking articles anymore. I'll tell you that much.
Have you considered though that he's right to be concerned with the ongoing terror war on Christmas?
That's true.
It just never lets up.
Yeah, and let's not forget the war on the terror that we are at war with claimed another victim today.
Did we lose another one of our great minds?
We did, yeah, and it's a known that happened as well. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So on.
You can play your own crab rave at home.
You can,
yeah. My buttons aren't working just now, so you need to fucking just imagine it in your head.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
On to the second part of flag news. This is an incredible headline. Man charged £4,320 to buy back his own flags. Council removed from lampposts.
Yes. Oh.
So just
that's
as
good.
a quick fun exercise for you both here, right? He was charged £4,320, which was totaled up because he has to pay a £36 fine for each flag he attached to a lamppost or a road sign. How many flags is that?
Many.
That is 1,200-ish.
120. So you were close. You had some of the numbers right.
Oh yeah, numbers are hard. 120.
Yeah. So Sean Remmer, 49.
This is the podcast that divides one number by
that's
another.
True,
we've not moved on to multiplication yet.
Sean Remmer, 49, has been told he will have to pay £36 for each new St George or Union Jack flag he erects in his home of Thirsk, North Yorkshire. Like he's convinced. You know what I mean? He's convinced that everyone loved it. And that it must have been sinister foreigners. Presumably, those 1,000 sinister foreigners Elon Musk was talking about the other day, they must have turned up and complained about his flags.
So, him putting up all these flags and then the council billing him, fining him for so they took them all down. And then
they took them down.
Would that make this a Thirsk trap?
Fuck off.
But yeah, they took them down. They haven't fined him yet. They've told him if he puts any more back up, he'll be fucking fined. So pack it in. But if he wants the original flags back, he has to pay a fine for each of them. So, but the article does specify that he's hoping to become a reform councillor, which is not a fucking shocking thing. But
is that on the platform of invalidating my own fine?
Quite possibly, yeah. But also just like from the fucking the vibe the man gives off, like I would assume he's some sort of local business tyrant. Like he just has that kind of look about him.
I mean, almost certainly anyone that goes to be a reformed councillor, I can only assume is either like a small business tyrant or like one of the worst landlords you've ever fucking met.
What's his face? The fucking fetus that's a reform councillor? I can't remember his name.
Another Grimes?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Darren Grimes, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so, obviously saying, like, what really annoys me is they decided taking flags down is the utmost priority in Thirsk when there are so many other things that need fixing. Yeah, like your fucking attitude, mate. So he also challenged them to like explain where they got the price of like £36 per flag because he could have found someone to take them down cheaper, and it's like it's a fine, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's not covering their fucking expenses.
Should have got the traffic wardens to just go up and stick one of those fixed penalty notices onto each one, just accumulating day after day. Yeah. More yellow than flag after a couple of days.
Yeah, well, he's dismissed safety concerns raised by the local authority. He said, "I wanted to bring that national pride back. That national pride, not this national pride, that one, which we just don't have as a country. People loved it."
Fuck off.
We love to raise national pride by just importing wholesale yank flag shagging bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, they're all going after nuts to now, wanting fucking train conductors to have guns and shit.
Yeah, everyone going mad to, like, you know, if people on that train had pepper spray, that everything would have played out differently. Everyone would have been fucking simultaneously blinded at the same time.
Yeah,
like everyone.
The fun thing about the way that Britain always handles this importing of American culture stuff is that we always make a point of importing all of the absolute worst shit Americans fucking hate as well, because there's also been suggestions about a fucking TSA for the trains so you can go through some metal detectors at the train station.
That's the shot in the arm the British rail industry desperately needs, I think, like. Is making you having to fucking take your fucking shoes off before you get on like GNER.
There is absolutely already a problem with people taking their shoes off more than they have to on the fucking trains. Do not add to this.
Yeah, fair play, like. But yeah, one lady told me she was taking the kids to school and it gave her butterflies in her stomach to see all the flags. So put them back. You know what I mean? They made one woman nauseous. They made one woman nauseous, so put them back up.
I mean, you could just emulate that feeling by putting on like a pair of glasses with no rating, and just like put little England flags in the corners, and then like, you got them wherever you look.
Yeah. North Yorkshire Council's Corporate Director of Environment, Carl Battersby, who sounds sick of his fucking life choices, I'll be honest, like, stated, "We have been very clear on the law regarding this matter and taken pains to explain this in writing more than once to those involved. The use of highways assets in some of the ways we have seen is unsafe, and we understand has included people climbing ladders on the highway, leaning them against lampposts or other highways infrastructure, undertaking this while traffic is passing, and so on. There are risks of the flags blocking CCTV. I mean, that's a rare upside to the flags, I think. And road signage, as well as them coming loose and blowing into the paths and roads, to name a few. All of this has been made clear. This matter has also proven to be deeply divisive across our communities and the people we serve. With many requests, we take the appropriate action. We have nothing further to say on this which would be helpful."
Do not write to me again.
Yeah, please do not contact them again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so Britain still being incredibly normal, I think, is the uptake there.
Yeah, it's just the perfect news article to take us into the run up to War Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that fucking...
Just 6 more sleeps.
Yeah. Did you see the Dresden poppy bombing?
No.
I think I fucking
you didn't see that? They'd put up, like... like, on a fucking tower, they've got mocked up, like, a bomber flying over and just, like, a full-on carpet bombing of poppies in its wake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They haven't actually firebombed Dresden again in commemoration. We're a few years off that yet.
That's like someone got Motorhead to do a concert for the British Legion. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to ask, was it actually representative of Dresden? But
well, it was a carpet bombing, so I mean, like, I don't know how detailed do you want to get?
Yeah, I mean that is quintessentially British, though, isn't it? We're gonna just commemorate some of our most heinous crimes in that war, because that's what Blitz spirit means.
You know, the Blitz spirit thing was like entirely fucking made up, as you know, many things are by the government at the time, and yet we still fucking think about it as a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Do we have an equivalent of that now? Like, in 50, 70, 80, however fucking long years?
Keep calm and carry on?
About...
That's still going to be going on, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking, like, from now, like, will people still talk about the Northern Powerhouse in 80 years?
No. It'll be Live, Laugh, Love. That's what it'll be.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep. Okay. Yep. Found the Lost
Yeah.
World. Excellent.
Yeah,
Moving on.
That and Minions.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Just thinking about like fucking... Do you know what I mean? Star Trek, and there's a British starship in the Federation, and it's just all completely fucking like grey crushed velvet interiors. And then like and the ship's computer's voiced by a fucking minion. Like, yeah.
Yeah. In a nuclear wasteland, only two things survive: cockroaches and Facebook memes.
Yeah.
Oof. Right. Shall we move on to a favourite, the Labour hate section?
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we need to exercise our various humours to bring
is
things
this-
back into balance.
Is this about Lego Hair's fucking budget that we're all being treated to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the member for Denmark has things to say. So we are at present just over 3 weeks out from this budget happening, which means it is time for the Chancellor to step on a big rake without any prompting whatsoever and hold a big press conference to drum up some sort of like scare quotes expectations about what is to come, despite this being the worst fucking possible thing you could do.
People love being worse off as long as they were told, like, you know what I mean, 7 to 10 business days in advance that tough decisions were about to be made. That really
didn't you read the memo?
Yeah, that really, like, you know what I mean, soothes the pain.
Yeah, we need to leak all this. Well, I'll say leak. We have to broadcast all this stuff to the press to see just how absolutely horrendous the reaction might be, so that we can then take all of that feedback on board, completely ignore it, and then drop our polling figures into single digits.
Yeah. The key part there is they just fucking ignore it anyway, which means the whole thing's pointless, but it's a Labour government, so it's all pointless. Like, for the last few weeks now, she's been constantly asked, because everyone knows this is coming up, and it's been delayed to, like, the latest point you can really do a budget. And she's been asked constantly, are you going to put taxes up? And she keeps not answering the question. And the whole point of this speech was to go up there and not answer that question in an absolutely outright way, but basically give everyone the situation of, yeah, okay, she's going to do that. Great.
I'm not hearing a no.
Which taxes is she going to raise, I ask, completely redundantly?
Well, that's the fun thing. She won't tell us yet. We need to wait. Hooray. Build up the excitement for the tax rises.
I love fucking like Rachel Reeves doing this, like some kind of indie game developer for a game that nobody wants and sounds terrible from the outset. Yeah.
But she's definitely going to just like up tax on the lowest bracket of income tax, I reckon, and VAT probably, and then like, you know what I mean, give Liz Kendall a fucking mech or something. Is Liz Kendall still job centre king or something? I can't remember.
No, it's fucking.
Oh no, it's fucking.
It's the turtle.
It's Turtle
Club.
It's that fucking guy. I can't remember his fucking name, but I can see his fucking turtle face.
Yep. Yeah. Fucking. Anyway, yeah.
If I had to guess, I would say it's going to be like a uniform rise more or less across the board, and then like maybe like 1 or 0.5% for like the upper brackets, right? And that'll be it. Like, enjoy.
Maybe, I don't know. There's been talk about how it might be actually like the lowest bands of people. There was some document that got leaked where working people was specifically people who earn like 45 grand a year or less, and like they shouldn't be facing like the brunt of it or whatever. So like potentially it's the slightly higher bands, but I don't really know. So congratulations if you're a professional that earns more than that.
I think honestly, she might just follow her dreams and say everyone on less than 45 grand a year gets like, an extra 5p on their fucking income tax, and if they have a problem with that, take it up with like fucking people on benefits or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean that's always the subtext anyway, but yeah, it might just be the text this time.
Yeah.
Who knows? The funniest and worst one they could possibly really do would be VAT. Like, everyone would hate that. Doesn't matter who you, everyone would fucking hate that.
The most like singularly most aggressive taxes that we have. Yeah, let's put that up. I mean, they've been talking about not doing things that are politically expedient, but my guy, have you tried ever doing that? Because everything you seem to have done from day one has been the most singularly unpopular thing prior to the next most unpopular thing that you could have done for no like electoral reward whatsoever. Trying and failing to failing to an extent to fuck over the disabled. Trying and succeeding at fucking over grannies like nationwide, just to what gain? Pennies, to fix the scare quotes various black holes, and you're just left with the conclusion that obviously Rachel Reeves hates the disabled, the elderly, the poor. But then we know this because this is the Labour right. They hate anyone that isn't like someone who's giving them fucking Taylor Swift and football tickets to pass, legislation that fucks over the worst off in society. So, yeah, I mean, that would track to just completely detonate a suicide vest on your own political project because it's a tough decision and doing the most ludicrous thing that is available to you in the face of a choice like that is just second nature at this point.
Yeah. So the good news is load bearing massive. When asked what tax are you going to put up? Are you going to do income tax or VAT? Or the other one, national insurance, that you said you absolutely fucking wouldn't do. Which one are you going to do? She did the non-answer of we are looking at more than 100 tax and spending plans, which is code for we don't know what we are doing. We are panicking and pressing all of the buttons, pulling all of the levers, and seeing if any of them open a trapdoor to let us out. So it's good to know that at least she is trapped in the cube from Cube.
Yeah.
Like, that's always pleasing to know, but it's unfortunately levers that affect us. So
maybe that explains the haircut.
So the reason that this budget has to be difficult and have all these tax rises we're not allowed to know about yet is because the OBR has put out another forecast about productivity, and apparently there's a new £20 billion black hole. So that's good.
Is
because productivity is low.
Is this anything to do with the enormous fucking vacuum that is AI and AI infrastructure investment, which is essentially totally non-productive because
it's gonna that bet is gonna pay out any day now. Not for the government,
I mean,
obviously not for the government at all, but like it's gonna pay out for someone.
No. Yeah, just not us. I'm pretty sure that number in amongst the AI stuff is probably propping this shit up and shaving a zero off it. Like, not because it's actually worth anything, but because everybody's said it's worth something. So, it's all going to be priced in as like future productivity when AI is good and working everywhere, etc., etc. So, realistically, the actual forward number's probably way higher than that, but again, it's a measure of productivity in an economy that doesn't make anything. So why are we surprised? Nothing happens here.
Well,
money gets moved around some spreadsheets.
Well, we're on the subject of AI's future productivity. Did you see that guy on fucking Blue Sky today saying that in 10 years' time, his AI girlfriend will have a hot robot body?
Good.
Yeah, I don't.
Good.
I don't want to think about that anymore.
No, I don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm so sick of people. Yeah, so yeah, productivity is down, though, is the headline thing, and there are reasons why productivity is down. One of them
Is it working from home?
No, not outright. She didn't go quite that specific. One of them is the Tories. In fact, pretty much all of them is the Tories. Would you believe?
That's obviously
Because,
why they've pretty much just aped every single policy that
Yeah.
the Tories ever considered in their entire 14-year tenure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really unfair. No, that's really unfair because within all the reasons that the Tories fucked things up, the Brexit deal, which her government all voted to support, and implement, despite becoming a government and being able to do something about it. Maybe not. The next one was austerity, which I think Labour has a clean sheet on that. I'm not sure. My memory is not that good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just before we started recording, I was kicked in the head by a horse, so that sounds correct to me.
How is horse, anyway?
It's what gets you in such a jovial mood.
He's grand.
Yeah. Also, another thing the Tories did that fucked everything up, and this, I'm making sure to include this specifically so I can kill Rob with a mindray. Infrastructure cuts by the Tories are why the economy is so bad now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they cut things like the Northern Powerhouse.
Yeah. Have we reversed those cuts? I assume that's on the table.
Well, funnily enough, I mean, the other one's HS2, but we haven't done anything but the HS2 one, but they've decided to make their own little smaller version of the Northern Powerhouse shit, which I think is like one rail line that doesn't necessarily need to be built. Yeah, Northern Flat. We can't be giving them anything like a house.
The Northern Model Railway. Yeah, they're gonna just gonna fucking, you know, send a big old list of trains to Hornby, and they're gonna install them in Luke Akehurst's house in fucking up by Newcastle. Stanley.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same place.
Stanley
There's
Akehurst.
two places in the north.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. And
what they should
also,
do if they want to like revitalise the northern economy is just turn like the entire north into a fucking theme park. Don't modernise anything. Don't build any new industry. Just have us all like put on flat caps and do like fucking like, you know, like pretend coal mining, and then charge Southerners to come and look at it.
Yeah,
just fucking massive... make the entire northeast like expand Beamish to just cover the entire region.
Yeah. We're bringing back the Victorian human zoo, but for Northerners.
Encasing the entirety of the northeast in a polycarbonate like fence. everyone's got to wear those glasses that you have to put on if you want to go and see the apes at the zoo, so that you're not making direct eye contact.
Yeah, they say that's the reason, so you don't get shit in your eye. On the plus side, you could throw shit at Southerners, so I mean...
That's what I call a win-win, baby.
So yeah, with the economy being so weak and fragile as well, that's a problem. And the reason the economy is so weak and fragile is because Donald Trump keeps saying the word tariffs out loud, and our dying empire can't withstand when a man says the word tariffs.
Wait, I was led to believe that Britain's, you know, completely supine position when it comes to the special relationship had won them enormous concessions in the tariff race. I don't know what else to call it, with our like 10% universal tariff, which is what it was the last time I bothered to look at the actual number. I think has that not played out
specifically. It did, and it was specifically for steel. And then I think about a week later he said tariffs again, and no one went back to do the same fucking grovelling. So, yeah, womp.
So not enough grovelling. Okay.
Yeah, not enough consistent grovelling. So that's all the reasons why everything's fucked.
Wait, so you're saying that Trump telling Keir Starmer to like go stand in the like naughty corner at that conference?
Oh, honestly, let's just think about that for a moment. That was so good.
See, it's good, but I personally am a big fan of the time where he just stood there and let Starmer pick up all the papers.
I mean, there's that, and there's the fucking time when he was sat next to him in the big fucking chair, and he's like, Starmer's like, oh yeah, he's my best friend, and then Trump was like, yeah, you should definitely put Tommy Robinson in like number 10, or whatever the fuck he said. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but yeah, you should next time they're on a stage together, you should absolutely do the same thing, but twice to see if you can actually get him to cry this time, because he looked on the verge of tears last time, and it would be so. Honestly, it would like just fuel my soul, like to see the fucking prime minister cry because like the fucking president bullied him. It would be so like, you know what I mean? It would just be such a perfect metaphor for the state of this cursed fucking nation.
Yeah, and then a week later, tariffs up 10%.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fucking government's official position on that is thank you, may we have another.
Yeah.
You can. Good news. This is an ad break on Podcasting as Praxis. This advert is for the Patreon of Podcasting as Praxis. On the Patreon of Podcasting as Praxis, you will get at least 2 monthly bonus episodes of Podcasting as Praxis, where we discuss lots of topics, including new types of guy, celestial boondoggles, monetising whale shit, and, reluctantly, Scott Paul. You will also be able to join the Podcasting as Praxis Discord, a place to talk with like-minded people about lots of topics, including new types of guy, celestial boondoggles, monetising whale shit, but not Scott Paul, and also, of course, Podcasting as Praxis. If that isn't enough Podcasting as Praxis for you, the Discord also includes a bonus channel where we post the bits that don't make the final cut of the episodes. Fans of both mediocre and bad podcasting have everything to gain by subscribing to the Patreon of Podcasting as Praxis. You will also no longer get ads on episodes of Podcasting as Praxis. £5 a month will get you all of that and maybe more at patreon.com/you guessed it, PraxisCast. That's patreon.com/PraxisCast, the place where we sell Podcasting as Praxis. So, with all that in mind, and all these reasons why everything's fucked, would you be pleased to know that we are still bound, ironclad bound, to the made-up fiscal rules?
Oh man, it's so good that we've got like every single one of our vaunted journalist class saying these fiscal rules are entirely made up and they don't actually have to obey any of them. They've just made them up. And despite this government being completely in hock to like the absolute worst excesses of that media class, they've decided to go, actually no, this is one that we on principle we're going to stick to these stupid rules.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what I mean? Because you shouldn't kink shame. If the government wants to enter into a relationship where it has to follow a bunch of weird rules just because it enjoys that, who are we to judge?
I'll fucking kink shame. I don't care. Fuck them. So, yeah, as a reminder, those rules are not to borrow to fund day-to-day public spending by the end of the Parliament, and to get government debt falling as a share of national income by the end of the Parliament.
Hold on, right, that first one, just fund everything at night. Problem solved. What was the second rule?
To get government debt falling as a share of national income.
And we're gonna do this by investing nothing. Cool.
Sell Kent to France. There you go. I've found a workaround for both of those fucking rules now. Put me in charge.
And funnily enough, a lot of other problems.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd get a good price for it, to be fair.
I don't care.
I mean, me neither.
It's just taking up too much space. Just get rid. Do you know what I mean? There's too much clutter on this island. We need to chuck some of it away. It does not spark joy.
So, with the rules in mind, the big one here is that she doesn't have enough headroom apparently to to do this, because remember the last time when she raised national insurance, but she got away with it because it was the employer's end of national insurance, so everyone was like, okay, fair enough, in the media. This time, obviously, it's not going to be that one. And she didn't do enough then, and everything's fucked now because they're really bad at predicting things, but also because they will do absolutely nothing meaningful in the meantime.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, if you're gonna take the, like, you know, the neoliberal consensus at face value, which you should never do, of course, but if you are gonna do that, then like doing that of like raising the national insurance contributions purely for employers, like, surely your conclusion with your, you know, your big neoliberal hat on is that that is going to push up unemployment because the businesses can't afford to have any more employees. And like, remind me, how's unemployment doing? I'm assuming it's great.
No, but you see, they have a lever they can pull to fix unemployment, and that's cutting benefits. So there you go.
Oh yeah. So
and when that doesn't work, she'll just sit behind Keir Starmer and cry because she doesn't have enough headroom in a ironclad fiscal haircut or whatever. You know what I mean?
I have, unfortunately for everyone, part of the speech.
Oh,
Christ.
Me.
Mine will be a budget for growth with fairness at its heart, and a budget that supports businesses to create jobs and to innovate.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
As I take my decisions on both tax and spend, I will do what is necessary to protect families from high inflation and interest rates. Ooh.
Doubt.
That sounds like a preamble to putting up taxes because you're like, oh, let's take money out of the money supply.
Also, can I just say as well, whenever a fucking politician talks about businesses being free to innovate, when have businesses ever fucking innovated anything except ways to collapse faster? Do you know what I mean? It's like, businesses are going to innovate. What is that? Oh, well, Thames Water are now technically a subsidiary of fucking Whalen-Yutani or some shit like that.
Yeah, just...
Congratulations, everyone. We made it 40 minutes into the episode before someone said the word Torment Nexus. So that's quite good.
Do you know what I mean, though? It's like fucking... what if we bought this business and instead... what if we bought, like, say, Asda, and instead of, you know, continuing with the current business model of selling things in the supermarkets that they own, what if we sold all of the buildings and like stuff that they own to a fucking pretend company that only exists on paper and then rented them back? How would that? And it's like, would that fuck the company but make one guy somewhere very rich? It would. Oh my god, such innovation. I'm glad they were free to do that. Like,
yeah, let's just disregard the fact that, you know, the people who do actually innovate, who invent things, who do research and go, oh, I've made a widget that, you know, means that people will live like 10 hours longer, and they're never going to see a penny of that, of any of the money that could be like profit that could be made from that innovation, because that shit is going to get gobbled up by some multinational, just completely unaccountable enterprise, and they're going to pocket all of that profit, all of the possible good benefits that would have come from that are just going to absolutely disappear down the drain because, we've got to stick a massive fucking markup on it because, oh, look, this drug, oh, I don't know, is meant to help people lose weight. Oh, look, did the guy who came up with that, I wonder if he made lots of money. Oh, wait, let me just check the stock price of all of those pharmaceutical companies. Oh, well, that has unfortunately not seemed to be the case.
Odd. Thank you, the press. Anyway, back to the speech. The next point is to protect our public services from a return to austerity. A return. We left it at some point. No one told me, but apparently we stopped that.
This is the worst fucking... This is the worst, like, boot-up screen Robocop's ever had, quite frankly.
Yeah. Team Rocket's really let itself go. And to ensure that the economy that we hand down to future generations, is secure with debt under control. I love to hand over my economy to the future generations.
I know.
They don't live in the economy yet. They'll get it when they're old enough.
I know.
That's how this works.
We'll have a little ceremony and everything. You know what I mean?
I'm reminded. Go on.
They'll move like the next generation will move into the economy while, like, you know what I mean, and they'll be handed like a glowing fucking like goblet by like Rachel Reeves, who is like, you know, glowing like the elves in Lord of the Rings, and flanked by like 20 people with identical haircuts as they all just get on a big boat and sail west.
I'm reminded of that economist that was on Newsnight a number of years ago, who was essentially tearing her hair out while she was saying to the completely nonplussed, Newsnight host that, you know, having a high debt to GDP ratio is not necessarily bad if you are using, like, the thing that is giving you debt is like funding infrastructure projects and things like that. And I'm just looking at Rachel Reeves and I'm thinking, what the fuck are you funding that is even like could even conceivably improve the debt to GDP ratio, even if that was something that was like achievable with your politics?
I did skim over something earlier that was another article about the preamble to this, about how one of the ways that the budget needs, like, to one of the ways that the budget has to function is for the new planning bill to get through Parliament, because only with planning unleashed, or, you know, planning 2 or whatever the fuck we're calling it, will the government be able to let the private sector do stuff to generate that GDP, because they're not going to do it themselves.
Yeah, we need to unleash the newt fucker. Only when every last newt has been fucked, then Britain can finally achieve its goal of building a fucking shitty beige new build house that falls over and floods on every square inch of land. Yeah, I agree. That'll save us.
Yeah, we are out of the era of free money. You know, insanely low interest rates are a thing of the past for government and business alike. So let's even more than we already were in the era of free money, rely entirely on the extremely risk-averse private sector, who, again, I feel like we bring this up every time we talk about economics on this podcast, cannot get as good an interest rate on a loan as a fucking nation state.
That can't be true, surely. I mean, does the nation state have like a good rating on like fucking Google reviews? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Surely the bank would take that into account.
I'm Googling Britain PLC to see what reviews there are.
Fuck off. If we are to build the future of Britain together, we will all have to contribute to that effort. Each of us must do our bit for the security of our country and the brightness of its future.
I don't know how many.
Can I opt out?
I don't know how many more of these fucking horseshit diatribes I can listen to from those fuckwits in government. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's surely going to be a limit where I just start glowing and ascend into the heavens and then return, like, you know, discover an alien civilization and then return like 40 years later.
Yeah. There is a reward for getting these decisions right.
Oh. Is it
well, but we needn't worry about that.
Is it, yeah. Has she been promised nectar points if she fucking, do you know what I mean? Sinks the economy to such a level that BlackRock can just buy the country like as a job lot.
Do you reckon
incredible rewards?
Do you reckon some economist has promised her a Birkin bag if she does this?
To build more resilient public finances, with the headroom to withstand global turbulence, giving business the confidence to invest, and leaving government freer to act when the situation calls for it.
Oh,
that's one of the rewards.
Eat my entire arse. Like, do you know what I mean? You're not going to fucking do any of that. Business isn't going to do any of that. Fuck off.
Yep.
These fucking people genuinely think we were all born yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, regrettably, they rather we weren't at all. The other reward is to continue to invest in our infrastructure and our industry to build a stronger economy. Continue being an interesting word in there, because I hadn't noticed we'd fucking started. And to get the cost of borrowing down, spending less on debt interest and more on schools and our health service. Shut the fuck up, print the money, and just fucking do that stuff. How many times?
The government can afford to do anything it has the political will to do. Like this.
It's that last part that's given more problems, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you think this all went down?
Like a fucking bucket of cold piss?
Yeah.
Like a lead bucket of cold piss.
Yeah. The BBC has done some veiled threats about noticing things.
Oh.
So in one of their articles about it. However, it would be a big risk politically, especially with public trust in politics in general, and Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer in particular, so low. There is also the question of whether the Prime Minister and Chancellor could land the argument that none of this was foreseeable before last year's budget.
This is like the BBC essentially going, it's a bold strategy, Cotton, let's see if it pays off.
Yeah. The Independent had an article with the headline, which they knew what they were doing. Reeves puts country on notice for tax hikes as, scare quotes, each of us must do our bit. The Daily Mail has in big letters, everyone will suffer.
To be fair, that could have been in any of Rachel Reeves' speeches from 10 years ago. So that's just subtext.
Reasonably, any speech within the last 5-6 decades, take your pick, but that's pretty much all that we can expect. So good of the Daily Mail to finally do a headline that makes sense. And she was also asked in an interview on LBC with Andrew Marr if she would quit if she was going to raise taxes, because obviously she said she wouldn't do that. And she said that she was appointed to turn our economy around, and also said that she was absolutely determined to finish that job. And then went on to say, and what do you think would happen in financial markets if I did that? I'd like to point out that after the speech that she did today, the value of the pound dropped to the weakest it's been since April, and the FTSE 100 went down by a whole %.
Why are fucking journalists still bothering to interview these dipshits? Do you know what I mean? Surely it can't be fun for fucking Andrew Marr or whoever,
Jamie, why does my dog sit at the back door asking to go out, and then when I open it, stand there for 5 minutes and then come straight back in? It's just what they do.
I know, but they do. You could just play a pre-record, a previous interview. You could use the answers from any interview any of them have ever done, and just make up the questions however he wanted. He could wrap all this up in record time, and then the BBC could just show episodes of Pingu or something instead. Because they never say
such a good borrow.
They never say anything that isn't the same fucking 4 sound bites. Do you know what I mean? It's so fucking boring. And
yeah.
They're always talking about, we've got to fix the economy so we can invest. You're not going to fucking invest. Do you know what I mean? Even if you did fix the economy, which you won't because you shit at your fucking job. Just what's the point? You know what I mean?
It sounds like she's trying to scrape a tenner from change down the back of the sofa to go to the job centre. It's just not the same fucking thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have the levers of government and parliamentary power at your fingertips, and your decision is to give the Daily Mail enough ammunition to say everyone will suffer as a fucking headline, which is bleakly hilarious, by the way, and and just this bullshit about unleashing the power of innovation. you're the government, for fuck's sake. You can lead this stuff. You can invest in things that will make this country richer, but you don't want to because it's completely outside of your blinkered ideology of doing nothing, because that's what politicians who are grown up and serious do.
Yeah. Well, it's cheating at politics to do things, you know what I mean? Especially good things.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, anything promised to make the lives of the under 65s any better is a bribe, and anything promised to the over 65s is just sound political maneuvering, you know?
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like how whenever taxes go up, that's a raid. Right? It's always a tax raid, and it's like, it would be more entertaining if they, like, you know what I mean, just took a bunch of boats across a river and stormed like a bank to get the money, you know? But they're not doing that.
You should actually need to, when they put taxes up on the rich, they should actually have like some guy just drive a Corsa through the front door.
Yeah.
Still want to steal the imperial payroll.
Look forward to this budget happening quite possibly around about the same time that the fucking AI market collapses, because like there was all sorts of like fun things happening today where number go down, which we love to see.
How fucking good would it be if the bubble finally bursts like the day before she has to give the fucking budget?
It'd be funny as fuck. I actually think it'd be funnier if she'd done it if it happened like during the speech.
That would be so funny.
That's really the best.
Finally,
a political event that will outlive and outlast the letters falling off the wall during Theresa May's 2017 conference speech.
Oh, what a good year, mostly. So yeah, I did have a couple of other things I was going to go into on Labour hate, but Rob's not here and it was energy bill related, so we'll maybe wait until next week when he gets back to do that.
We wouldn't want to steal his thunder.
No, he loves his energy bills, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, we're nearly an hour in, so I think we should take a look at this.
Yeah, I agree.
Take a look at this article that I found for us. So
I agree.
So, there's a piece of advice that's been published in the Telegraph earlier this week. By Daniel Johnson, and it is titled, "Kemi has a path to victory in 2029. This warrior queen has the appetite to transform Britain." And subtitle of, "Just as Mrs. Thatcher was dismissed in the mid-1970s, the Tory leaders' detractors have a shock in store." Now, this is obviously, we're coming off the back of a Labour hate segment, and I thought it would be good for us to
hit the Tories as well. Yeah.
Where are they now? What are they up to? What are they saying to themselves?
I mean,
who even are they? I don't know any of them now.
Personally, I want to address the phrase "warrior queen," because I heard dogs start barking in the distance when that was said.
Yeah, that has connotations.
I mean,
being made
would it be a Telegraph article about a non-white politician if it didn't have a bunch of dogs barking when you start barking around you when you read it?
True, I suppose.
So,
get through train station security with one weird trick.
So, just before we get into the meat of this, while we're going through this article, I want to ask yourself, I'm saying this to David and Jamie, but also to you, the listener, 2 questions. What concrete actions is Daniel Johnson advocating for here? And 2, who is this article really aimed at? He begins. "A year has passed since Kemi Badenoch took charge of the Conservative Party, a party then at the nadir of its fortunes. Much has changed since, I imagine."
I wouldn't say their fortunes have gone up since then, really.
Yeah. I mean, that is like the backdrop to this being the absolutely like apocalyptic wipeout of the Tories that is looking like it's going to be in the local elections next year, in any of the seats that they're defending, and obviously in the general election sometime around 2029. But I
feel that it's not entirely fair, They went from news to no news. I'm told that's good news.
But no, Daniel Johnson's optimistic. He continues. During that year, she has been dismissed or ignored by many. At times, the spectacle of Britain's first black female party leader being shamelessly patronised by the Prime Minister at the dispatch box has been hard to bear. Well, he knows better than to condescend to her now, as her forensic scrutiny on Lord Mandelson's links to Epstein and on the China imbroglio showed.
China what?
Before turning the forensics on themselves.
That was a new word for me. What the fuck was that? The China what?
Imbroglio, I don't know.
Oh, like Natalie?
I was... yeah. Fuck does that mean?
A kerfuffle, clusterfuck, take your pick.
Oh, okay.
The Telegraph isn't for us, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gazing across the runes now to try and discern what the true meaning is.
Also, can I just say that, like, fucking political journalists should not be allowed to use the word forensic. I'm saying the ban from now on. Next one of them to say someone is forensic about something's getting a fucking steel chair hurled at them.
Mrs. Badenoch is using PMQs exactly as a true leader of the opposition ought to do. Only last week, she skewered Sir Keir over his failure to rule out a rise in income tax. I do enjoy the, the like lingering feeling that is in some of the older like members of the media class that PMQs is anything other than just an avenue through which you can obtain a bunch of fucking clippable, hopefully viral videos from that you can then post on TikTok or fucking like Facebook or whatever it is they're posting on now.
PMQs is like every other fucking aspect of politics in this country. It's just completely fucking pointless now. Do you know what I mean? The government doesn't do anything, so why ask them questions once a week about what they're fucking doing or planning to do? They don't do anything. You know what I mean?
The weird thing about Parliament is that you can just get up in it and just not actually answer the question, and there's no consequences to that.
Yep.
And if
only consequences if that happens in a committee, and no one cares about those. I wonder why.
If you can say whatever you want, and if anyone calls you out for not answering or like for fucking talking shit or anything like that, then they get a bollocking for like fucking decorum. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's just so pointless. You might as well just ring the fucking board of like fucking G4S or something and ask them which way the country's going, because they've probably got more say in it than the fucking Prime Minister does.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna also enjoy this next sentence. These days,
let me get my sentence enjoying trousers on.
These days, Mrs. B, the gentleman rhymer, generally has the better of the PM in debate, and he knows it. Compare Sir Keir's dismal party conference speech.
No, don't fucking move on. Don't move on. What?
I may have editorialised Mrs. B somewhat.
I would fucking hope so.
Fuck's sake.
Bueno or no bueno? Compare Sir Keir's dismal party conference speech, which was all about reassuring the comrades rather than the country, with Kemi's oratorical triumph in Manchester setting out the clearest programme of fiscal retrenchment and political reform since Margaret Thatcher.
Which dipshit was this? Was it Daniel Hannan?
No, this was Daniel Johnson.
Daniel Johnson. Fucking right. Okay, I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that Kemi Badenoch's speech in Manchester made waves nationally and locally based on the next paragraph.
I didn't even know that the Tories had their conference this year. I don't think I heard a single fucking thing about it.
Yeah, well, he talks about you in this next paragraph,
good
Jamie.
News.
But has the public noticed yet? More importantly, does it care? The polls show that the Tories have still not been forgiven. Barnstorming speeches and sound policies alone are not enough to regain a disillusioned nation's trust.
I mean, they're fucked then because they don't have either. Just give it up. Just give it up, Daniel Johnson. I know you're heavily invested in your fucking favourite blue team and all that, like, but they're fucking dead. They fucked it. Like, there's no need for them anymore, right? Like, fucking sensible fucking melt dickheads who just want to do neoliberalism have got Starmer's new Labour. And everyone who thinks that, like, fucking, do you know what I mean? Anyone who can't trace their fucking bloodline, like their entirely white bloodline, all the way back to fucking Magna Carta, should be killed. They have reform. So, you know, what use are the fucking... What are the Tories? Unless the Tories pivot to, like, some other fucking, like, weird project, there's no need for them. They're just a mix of the two fucking, like, piles of shit we've got for dinner. And, frankly, nobody wants to eat either of those, so why would they want, like, a fucking... Do you know what I mean? A supercut of the two?
But the thing
But they were here for so long. Oh, they're an institute. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking...
Yeah, the thing I sort of want to sort of get everyone to focus a little bit on is sort of the rest of this article is what I'm sort of thinking is like. So we've heard, so in the Labour hate segment we heard what were essentially political platitudes, but with a, like a Labour veneer over it. Unleashing the forces of innovation, blah 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 blah. This is the like emaciated Tory version of that, and it basically this is the rather thin substance of the rest of the article, which is the columnist equivalent of a sentence without a definite article. It's fucking incredible how little substance there is to grab onto in this. For example, we've just talked about barnstorming speeches and sound policies. Doesn't specify which policies. Doesn't specify. Does not go on to specify any specific policies.
It's just assumed that they were so barnstorming that they stormed all of our barns and we couldn't miss them.
Yeah, can't move to barnstorms around here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What then should be Kemi's path to victory in 2029? What must she do to achieve what would be by far the greatest Conservative comeback in the longest history of any political party in the world? First, she should reaffirm at every opportunity her commitment to freedom. Ever since Mrs. Thatcher plonked down Hayek's The Constitution of Liberty...
my fucking piss with a straw, Daniel.
And told her querulous shadow cabinet, this is what we believe.
Because the biggest problem I have at the minute is not like fucking everything's too expensive and there's no public services and everything in the country's shit. And like fucking, do you know what I mean? I'm constantly harangued by fucking bald, red-faced men who demand to know where my poppy and my flag and my fucking machine gun emplacement on the cliffs of Dover is at all fucking hours of the day and night. It's none of that shit. It's that I'm not free enough. If I said a slur, people would like frown upon it. That's really the only problem anyone in Britain has, right? Fuck you.
The Conservative Party has been for liberty or for nothing. Unless Mrs. Badenoch can persuade voters that she alone is serious about liberating them from the shackles of the state, the Tories will continue to languish in the polls. Yeah, small government.
Also,
small government
saying that they're going to do this.
Sorry,
is Reform not also saying that they're going to do this shit, but more?
Yeah, but
will you not be even freer of the state? Like,
yeah, but David,
when there is no
who is
state.
this for? Yeah.
I mean, again, I direct you to the two questions at the top of this section.
Yeah, well, I'm asking you. I'm not answering you.
So what's this guy's pitch? We should just abolish the state entirely so we can all be truly free.
Yeah, it would seem so. This sacred vow to protect our liberties, not least the... I love this little parenthetical here. Not least the freedom of the press, so eloquently elucidated by Charles Moore and Janet Daly in the alarming case of the Telegraph, should be balanced by a firm commitment to defend our borders. I mean, just impressive, like, posturing in in the like overwhelming shadow of reform here, right? Like
this is fucking. I mean, it's so fucking pointless. This guy's trying to be such a tech bro about this. Because like I assumed that the only reason he was so because like you say, the fucking Reform are going to give the voters everything the Tories promised, but more. So what's the point of the Tories anymore? And I thought maybe this guy's just got a lot of fucking like blue rosettes in a fucking warehouse somewhere, and he needs to try and offload them, so he's desperate for them to come back. But it's actually just like fucking like tech innovation, right? What he wants is reform, but with his stamp on it. So he's trying to just like fucking wag the dog here. Like,
hold on, Jamie. No, he goes on to draw a demarcation between where the Tories should be and where reform are. So
okay.
That does not
Excited
mean
to get this.
That does not mean mass deportations of law-abiding citizens. Sorry. That does not mean mass deportations.
Mass deportations for some, English flags for others.
Does not mean mass deportations of law-abiding migrants. Extreme measures, such as the Trump administration's decision to send Russian emigres back to Moscow, are contrary not only to the rule of law, but to this country's sense of decency. Now,
I see. So the problem is Trump targeted white people. Is that what this guy's problem is?
I think this guy sounds.
I don't
like
know
he's just
if
very
Telegraph does the Telegraph style guide consider Slavic people to be white. I feel like it probably doesn't.
I'm sure there's a very complicated book about blood mixtures and so on, but let's move on. Second, Mrs. Badenoch must set out a coherent foreign policy and military strategy adequate to the gravity of the global threats posed by Russia and, not to leave them out, China. I do love how fucking terrified these right-wingers are of China, who are just kind of chilling, really. What? I mean, on a global, like, geopolitical level.
Yeah, but it's like it's the Rupert Murdoch thing, right? You know what I mean? When he goes to London, they suck his dick, but when he goes to Belgium, they don't know who he is. It's basically like that, right? Like, British journalism could just print the worst, most self-destructive like shit ever and demand that it be implemented as government policy, and the government will fucking like do it, right? They will act like it's a fucking commandment from like God himself that someone's just brought down a mountain. But China not only doesn't do that, but China also like runs its government properly. You know what I mean? It actually invests in its country and its infrastructure, and it builds like fucking like, you know, railways and things like, and it's just so there's if they don't constantly scream about how evil and communist China is, there's a risk that people might look at China and go, hold on a minute, you can run a country that way? Why are we putting up with this shit?
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, China gets people who care about things that are happening in China and like who are experts in whatever kind of thing you care, like, you know, city management, infrastructure management, things like that, and they go up the echelons until they find somewhere that, you know, essentially utilizes them best. Whereas obviously in the West we have our media who are just determined to impose people who are essentially TV personalities. See your Nigel Farage, see your Donald Trump, to then, you know, implement these completely wild-eyed, right-wing, nonsensical political policies that are just, you know, just another step on the road to actual fascism.
Yeah.
So he continues, with the right economic policies, it is possible to equip our armed forces to play a leading part in the defense of the West, and simultaneously to cut taxes and unleash growth. Oh, we love growth. When the Soviets sneered at Mrs. T as the Iron Lady, she wore the insult as a badge of pride. Mrs. B is no less steely. I hate that he's abbreviating these to Mrs. T and Mrs. B. Like, this is like the weirdest fanfic I've ever read. Third, she should not hesitate to enlist history on her side. She should point out that Germany and Poland, the Scandinavians and the Balts, interesting use of that word there, are already pulling out all the stops. My son is also called
Balts.
Pulling out all the stops to deter Putin. It is time for Mrs. B, and there it is again.
Oh, yeah, we fucking... When will my growth return from the war? That's what I want to know.
to channel Pitt and urge Britain to save herself by her exertions and Europe by her example.
Oh, fuck off. Telegraph columnists aren't human, right? You know what I mean? This is not a fucking person who's writing this fucking shit. This is a Triffid with some A-levels. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just completely fucking... Like, he's just literally just read a bunch of books on human society and now is desperate to, like, fucking demonstrate that he's done that, you know? Like, oh, yeah, fucking Pitt the fucking guy, he fucking said this and now I've paraphrased him, aren't I clever? No, you're not clever. Fuck off back to Oxford. Twat.
This guy should channel Pitt and go back underground.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure we would, the country would be delighted if we just sent, hordes of men to be slaughtered by cannon fire on mainland Europe. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah, just, you know what I mean? Bring back cavalry charges, right?
Oh. Indeed, Mrs. Badenoch should regularly remind the country of our unique heritage. Strap yourselves in. From the abolition of slavery to the Falklands, our forebears have been a model for courage and humanity.
What a fucking line that draws from are the two direct, is one a direct result of the other? What the fucking hell are you talking about, man? Nothing else happened. Those are the only two events on the timeline of British history. We abolished slavery.
No, Jamie.
Which we just found. It was just naturally occurring.
It was just like that. It was like that when we got here.
We just found it in that state and went, this can't be right, can it? And we put that right for the good of all mankind, and then we did the Falklands. And that's the only
Jamie,
two things
we were
that's ever
liberating the Falklands from the slavery of the Argentinians. That's how it works. As a battle-hardened fighter in the culture war. And a public...
As someone with posters poison...
And he continues, a public speaker of real fire and eloquence. It comes naturally to Mrs. Badenoch.
God, I wish
like
someone would set me on real fire.
To mobilise the English language in the cause of reclaiming our past from its detractors. Now, say what you will about Churchill, but could Mrs. Badenoch have delivered the "We will fight them on the beaches" speech? I don't know if that is possible.
Oh.
I don't know if we want to be holding the guy who constantly sounds like as like a guy with a great mastery of the English language.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that's all microphone quality that's making him sound like shit.
We will fight them on the forums.
It's probably the copious
amounts of whiskey. We'll fight them on the message boards. We'll fight them on the social media websites. Yeah, it doesn't have quite the same ring to it, does it? No. Fourth, for Kemi's conservative comeback to succeed, she will have to inspire entire classes and generations who have lately turned their backs on her party. Yeah, I'm sure she will achieve that by talking about abstract concepts like liberty from... and not like the increasingly dire material conditions that even young Tories are finding themselves in. I'm sure that is absolutely achievable with the current ideological bent of the Tory party as they are currently incarnated. The aspirational workers who propelled the Tories into Downing Street in 1979 and 2019 must be wooed back, not with words, but with deeds. I mean, yeah, propaganda of the deed, sure, but again, posters disease.
The aspirational workers, fuck you. And fuck them.
It means deeds to council houses, but unfortunately there's none of them left to give out.
Yeah,
there is that. They don't want the rights or entitlement that Labour promises. I mean, why do they always make Labour sound so much cooler than they actually fucking are? Man. Anyway, they just want to keep the fruits of their labour and pass them on to their children. Fuck you. Fuck you for putting these words down in this specific order.
Also, nobody's labour bears fruit anymore.
Yeah.
We abolished that.
No. Their labour still bears fruit. It is, however, just immediately confiscated because someone else thinks that you shouldn't have it anymore. And that guy is your boss.
The
young want the good jobs and affordable homes that only a free enterprise economy can provide. I'm just gonna pull up house prices near me. What's that? Several £100,000 for a hovel? Wow.
That's about...
I didn't realise that we no longer lived in a free enterprise economy. Anyway. The millions of banks of mum and dad, besieged by inflation and the tax ban, hope to be... Wait, but if they're giving the money to the kids, then the tax man... How could the tax... Anyway. Not to tell you your business, Mr. I forgot your name already, Mr. Johnson, but I don't think that is how inheritance tax works. Hope to be relieved before they go bust. The self-employed, the farmers, and the small business owners are desperate for a champion who will save them from an insatiable zombie state. I don't think we are going to manage to avoid talking about Rick Grimes like you were hoping, Jamie.
For real though, like, you know what I mean? It's like, are you a small business owner? Do you like fucking constantly shit your pants and whine in the fucking audience of Question Time about like how difficult it is and how you're struggling to make ends meet? Like, if so, I invite you to consider that you pay your staff less than you pay yourself, and then
Now, speaking as someone who is technically now a small business owner, what I have come to learn is what I have come to learn is that a lot of the people who would otherwise be buying our goods and services are not able to do so because they have no fucking money.
Yeah.
But never mind. No, let's not do anything about that. Let's not do anything about the fact that people don't have any money to spend on the things that they would like, let alone what they need. Let's just talk about abstract things like a free enterprise economy, as though that is not the world that we currently inhabit, where capital is allowed to run rampant, do whatever the fuck it wants, hoard land, rip off workers, day in and day out.
No, there's ways that we can make this work. We put a podcast in somebody's Fabergé eggs.
I mean, we tried the Fabergé egg thing, and that didn't work out.
I just think it's like, surely there's a desperation to this sort of fucking chat, isn't there? Because it's like, even like fucking journalists like are starting to see that it just doesn't wash anymore. You can't just fucking, you know what I mean? You can't just like tell people, oh well, yeah, neoliberalism, it's going to pay off any day now. I know we've been saying that for like 40 years, nearly 50 years, something like that. But really, really soon, land, milk and honey, lads. It's just around the fucking corner. We just need to like scratch a few more regulations off the books. You know, we just need to bring back a little bit of child labor, and like, you know what I mean. And then everything will be golden. And people have like, well, you've been saying that for fucking like the entirety of my like life, so, and it hasn't happened yet. So I'm starting to doubt you. You know what I mean? And also the fact that like, aside from just like, you know, people who've been alive long enough to see that these promises never fucking pan out, there's also the fact that like, because of the internet, a huge fucking amount of people are better informed than you'd like them to be, and know that you're talking shit, and like, you know what I mean, understand that like this is all just a fucking scam to make rich people even richer. And then the people who traditionally would be the ones that would like buy into your fucking like fantasy politics that you're trying to sell, they're all like off huffing the fucking like new fantasy politics of impending like fucking like global jihad. That like, which is why British people need pepper spray and maces and fucking like anti-personnel cannons and shit like this. Do you know what I mean? Mounted on every building, ready for when the 1,000 fucking strangers turn up to your village of 500. You know what I mean? Like, those people, you can never like get those people to step back from the ledge that they're like fucking jumping up and down on, like screaming about like, you know, holy war that'll happen any day now. You know, like that fucking thing I mentioned earlier about the 68-year-old man being beaten for taking a flag off a lamppost. Like, the comments of that were all like almost entirely just people going, well, you should have left the fucking flag alone then. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was a couple in there who were going like, I don't know, maybe it seems like maybe beating up a pensioner is like not good. But most of them were just like, yeah, fuck the lefty cunt. Do you know what I mean? He had it coming. He shouldn't have touched the flag. He deserved what he got. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't unring that bell that you and your fucking like co-workers have been ringing so furiously for fucking decades. You can't just suddenly go, oh fuck, we've overdone it a bit, like turn down the heat, because it doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? So you can promise the fucking, like, you know what I mean, the flag fucking guys that neoliberalism is gonna like deliver them fucking countless like paradises as much as you want. They don't care. To them, you are the fucking, like, you know, the elite who have ruined this country by filling it with migrants. And do you know what I mean? They want your blood just as much as they want Keir Starmer's and everybody else's. So, you know, tough shit, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, this whole article, to my mind, is like trying to reassure, like Daniel Johnson is trying to like reassure himself that actually the Tories are fine. It's like, you know, it is just around the corner. They're going to turn it around any day now. Here's how they could do it. And it's like, again, like you're trying to write this, when you write this stuff down, like it turns out there's no fucking substance there at all. It's just, again, like vague allusions to like free enterprise, fucking free market economies, and just nothing, right? It's not got the, like, you know, the red meat for the voters that that Reform are offering, which is, you know, obviously just utterly reprehensible. But like, this guy somehow acknowledges that what Reform are offering is like beyond the pale, but only just, really.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we should basically just go up to that line, like that, like demarcation. We need to just like right up against it, and then everything will be fine. And then never mind what happens in any, like, you know, topsy-turvy land. Tories win a majority in the next election, following the, you know, advisedly using the word strategy here. What happens in 2034 or whatever? What happens then?
Yeah.
Do Reform then just again smash the Tories once again? Because again, it's just not. It's not going to see anything past the net. Like, no. I don't know, even the fucking local elections, right?
It's just what this guy is doing here is the British equivalent of like fucking Dick Cheneyism, right? It's like the Tories might have fucked the entire country and just been really bad at their like, you know, supposed jobs, and they've like shagged everything into a series of cocked hats. We're all fucked, but now, like, you know, the alternative is to do that while also being a bit crass. Oh, I don't like that. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I mean, like, you know, my politics might have fucked everything and got us to where we are. But, you know, at least I wasn't saying slurs out loud. You know what I mean? Ooh.
Yeah, never mind that we, like, in, you know, the policies of Margaret Thatcher in the 70s and 80s led us precisely to this moment. If we just emulate that shit again, nothing bad can happen.
Yeah.
It can only good happen.
But yeah, it's just so fucked. Like, you can't, like, the Tories are dead. There's no need for them. Everything's too extreme now, right? Like, and the problem with Reform, right, is that, like, it's like, okay, so the first thing that I have to be very clear about here is that Reform are fucking lying, right? Like, do you know what I mean? But the issue is the line about the good things that they promise, but the problem is, right, they're gonna keep winning support because everyone is so fucking desperate. Like, UKIP never had a huge fucking base of support, right? And why? Like, do you think that's because they just hadn't perfected the formula yet? Like, Reform are just, oh, what if we did UKIP, but we put a different hat on it, and everyone will love it now? What if, like, Farage got his hair cut a slightly different way? You know what I mean? Wore a slightly better tweed fucking, like, jacket. No, it's not. It's just that people are more desperate now. So, like, yeah, obviously they've got all of the fucking racist headbangers that like UKIP always had. That's their core fucking vote, right? Those people are always, you know what I mean? Like, and they're gonna vote Reform now because UKIP were around too long and achieved too little. So really, everyone's just convinced they were like an op, right? The government just put them there to, like, soak up racism. But Reform, they haven't had time to fuck it yet, so they're the golden boys. But, like, your average people who are voting Reform, well, Like, you know, like, because reforms, do you know what I mean? I think if you vote reform, you are a fucking racist. But I think they're luring a lot of people into voting them. A lot of people are just going, well, I can hold my nose and, like, you know what I mean? Hold my nose for the racism because they're the only fucking party, like, saying that they'll do, like, or well, they were the only party saying that they'll do something good. Because they're chatting shit because, like, their solutions are just like, if we, like, ethnically cleanse the country so there are only white people left, the economy will be fine and you will finally be able to afford a house for your children, which isn't true. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, yeah. but they're saying it. Whereas what's Labour?
No, that's
what's Labour's offer? Yeah. Like Labour's offer is, no, that would be unsensible. Fuck you. The Tories, what's the Tories offer? Like fucking largely the same as Labour's, right? Like austerity, we can't afford it. Do you know what I mean? It's why the fucking Greens are on such a tear at the minute, because fucking Zach Polanski is like telling people, you know what? Like maybe you should have hope. Like if you elect us, a better future is possible. A better future is possible, right? You know what I mean? We'll do our best to fucking right the ship, but without, like, do you know what I mean? Putting fucking machine guns along the coast. And, like, you know, people are responding to that. And that, but the thing is, that terrifies, like, pricks like this more than ever, because it's like, you know, communism. If they absolutely have to have a party in power that fucking, you know what I mean, that, like, promises good things, they'd much rather have the one that's also going to fucking, like, do a genocide than the one that is opposed to such things. So, but realistically, the best case scenario for them would be we just go back to the red car and the blue car having a race. Do you know what I mean? Like that would be ideal for them. And I've just, you know what I mean? Everyone over the age of like fucking like 40 now wants to buy a Milky Way probably. So I apologize for that. But like, you know what I mean? They just want to go back to sensible, moderate politics where nothing fucking mattered. You know what I mean? Where, like, as a journalist writing columns for the fucking the Telegraph, you were above it all. You got to go to your dinner parties. You got to fucking buy your fancy dinners. You got to live like the life that you think you so richly deserve. And all the people beneath you, they fucking suffered, but they suffered quietly. Do you know what I mean? And you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Do you know what I mean? It's
worth a try.
It's fucked, and you fucked it. So.
Right, I'm gonna move us on now. I feel like we've been sticking the boot into this. It's all right. We've been sticking the boot into this guy deservedly for several minutes now. So, the next paragraph, it's a bit of a swing and a miss if you ask me. But here we go. Fifth, the name of Kemi Badenoch should be synonymous with caring for things that make life worth living. Like, okay, fine. The tranquility of the countryside and the flourishing of the animals with whom we share the earth. The sublime and the beautiful in every branch of human creativity, in science as well as the arts.
What? Do you think that Kemi Badenoch would not kick a fucking herd of endangered toads to death if it meant building more houses? Is that the impression she gives? Because it's not the impression I get.
But she hasn't been daft enough to say that she would love to kill all the newts, unlike some.
Yeah, I mean...
if Kemi Badenoch
next to Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer, she looks like the fucking greatest politician that's ever been minted. Do you know what I mean? I will concede that fucking fact, but realistically, like, you know what I mean? Adjust your scoring system there. I would suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if Kemi Badenoch was in favour of these things, then maybe that would actually make her worth voting for. But like, again, it's Kemi Badenoch in the context of 2025 and the like complete brainworms that she has obviously inherited from being so completely online for decades now. Just wish casting, right?
We do not call her the fucking, you know what I mean, the MP for Facebook West for fun. Do you know what I mean? Like,
although we do.
Well, we do. It is fun, but that's, you know what I mean. But we don't do it without good cause.
Yeah.
Like,
conservatives must never again succumb to crude utilitarianism, but instead strive to regain the respect of all whose gifts give us purpose and meaning.
What does that fucking mean?
It's wish casting. Like,
I wish someone would give this fucking helmet some meaning.
sixth and last, Kemi needs to enforce strict party discipline as she charts her path ahead.
Oh, here we fucking go.
Between now and next May, she must unite her troops around her platform of Manchester conservatism. There can be no more flirting with Farageism, whether by Robert Jenrick or anyone else. She has chosen not to engage with Reform UK with either pacts or polemics, in my view rightly. As last week's Dutch election demonstrated, both right-wing nationalist populism and left-wing eco-populism can be seen off by smart conservatives without resorting to illiberal demagoguery.
Also, do you know what I mean? Like, just absolutely, you know what I mean? Should have been expecting, like, this pervert to take a fucking turn into talking about, like, how the female Tory needs to enact strict discipline. Like, just, boarding school has so much to answer for in this fucking country.
Yeah, they just want mummy back.
Yeah. It's that fucking guy with the, like, the cardboard cut out of Thatcher. Do you know what I mean? That he took to university with him. Just...
Yeah.
Those guys are now politically homeless.
Well, if you've had such an adverse reaction...
I would recommend simply go to hell, reunite.
Yeah.
If you've had such an adverse reaction to that last paragraph, this final paragraph is going to finish you both off.
Well, at least it's the final paragraph.
Yeah. And Kemi's Conservatives are indeed smart. They range from Nigel Biggar, Andrew Roberts and Toby Young, to John Gray and Simon Heffer. With such intellectual firepower at her disposal, this warrior queen is quite capable of leading a conservative comeback.
Oh, there it is again. Fucking hell,
Kemi
man.
battled up for Prime Minister by 2029. Don't bet against it.
You
can take that to the bank.
the fuck against it, like, yeah, do you know what I mean?
I'm going to go and do that right now.
Yeah.
And
the odds on betting against that must be fucking dismal, to be honest, like.
And that's the end of the story.
No moral. You might as well ask Betfred what odds they'll give you on the sun coming up tomorrow. Fucking hell, like, you know what I mean?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I hope
it's amazing how this kind of this contingent of the commentariat just cannot do inward looks, like, with any sort of objective thought. They cannot possibly consider, and not just like their own points of view or whatever, but just even the players on their own team, if you will.
I mean,
any way.
But consider the intellectual heft of Toby Young.
Quite.
I think. Well, this is just a natural consequence of having had no, like, real problems, like, in terms of the Tories have had to face politically in, you know, a long time. Like, they were a bit wobbly during the Corbyn years, but, like, you know, they obviously still fucking won in 2019. So, in essence, the only adversaries they've ever had to fight against, they've just been shadowboxing against, right? So, then this is how you end up with someone like Toby Young being referred to as someone with intellectual firepower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, right? It's like, it's the same with, that is the same problem that fucking new Labour are fucking dealing with, right? Is that, like, they've been heralded as, like, genius firebrands, you know, purely because they were useful. Like, right? Like, the Corbyn era, everyone was useful if they said Corbyn was a twat. And so they all got heralded. Like, there were so many fucking, like, column inches devoted to how, like, you know, oh, this fucking guy you've never heard of, that, like, when you look at him, you instinctively want to, like, fucking flee to a cave because, like, you know, he looks like, he just has, like, the eyes of a shark and the fucking, like, the aura of some, like, mythical beast come to steal your children. Like, yeah, that guy, oh yeah, actually one of Britain's greatest statesmen in waiting. Do you know what I mean? And just all, and then, but it just dissolves on contact with the air. Once you're no longer useful to the papers, they're just gonna fucking throw you in the bin. It's almost as if to be successful as a politician, you should maybe try and cultivate a base amongst the voters rather than amongst like the fucking journalists, because the journalists, they don't elect you. You know what I mean? And like they can just discard you when they don't need you anymore and move to someone else because it's all a fucking game to them. You know? But maybe if you wanted a political career that didn't just like fucking fold at a moment's notice, maybe you should have offered the voters something, right? Like, you know, because the voters, you know, they're not like fucking, they're not without reason, right? You offer them good things and they'll like you, they'll vote you back in. Like, take a look at like, you know, the fucking like Roosevelt. You know, they had to change the rules to stop him from fucking, like, in case he came back from the dead. They were like, no, we'll not have that again. Thank you very much. Do you know what I mean? He was just too popular because you kept giving people things. That's against the rules. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, fucking the intellectual firepower of Toby Young and Simon Heffer.
On that note, shall we call it a day?
Yeah. I'm glad to see the back of that, and I'm also very glad to know that we won't need to hear about these things for much longer. Fucking hell. Right. Patreon.com/PraxisCast gets you 2 bonus episodes every single month and Discord access. You should come and spend a $5 on that each month for those benefits. Also, Twitch streams, 7 o'clock on Thursdays for, we're going to continue on with the deepest of joys of Alien Isolation and the fucking sound alerts.
Cupboard Simulator.
Yep, which is not good anymore because the alien has realised what cupboards are, and I'm having a bad time now.
Yeah.
So come join us for that.
The thing is though, mate, right? Like, I absolutely I love doing those streams, and then, like, you know, 2 to 3 days after we've done the stream, I love hearing about how furious the wife is at how shit we are at that game. Like,
well, do you know what? I appreciate you taking on some of that burden with me. That's really, really fucking kind of you.
Oh, she's mad at me. Do you know what I mean? It's my fault, apparently. Like, you know what I mean? I'm leading David astray by encouraging him to hide in cupboards too much and to not use the vents and instead try and shoot the robots.
I'm always going to shoot the robots, to be fair. Fuck robots. So that's that, and then Sundays as well at 6:30. Yes. We have vintage story streams going on as well. So come watch the strongest house in the world be built, possibly fall down, and then get rebuilt.
It looks like an actual house now.
It looks like a house now. Yeah.
Holy shit!
As soon as we get windows, we will be laughing.
Yeah. It looks like Dennis Hopper's house at the minute, but once we get windows, it'll look like an average house.
Excellent. Also, merch is available at praxiscast.gmail.com. Go there, get yourself a hoodie. It's cold now. Okay, bye.
Bye.